Hey there, speculators. It's Rod, your Futures Fanatic. Welcome back to the Futures Fanatic channel here on YouTube. It's part of TDG, that's the Traders Dev Group, where I provide education for active futures traders and self-directed investors. Hey, two-parter tonight. Just want to quickly talk a little bit and revisit one of my favorite indicators. I'll tell you some of the logic behind it. It can find turning points in the market. We're looking at right here. But more importantly, on a day like today, election day, where we saw the Dow very strong, it can also keep you out of a strong market if you're looking to short or fade that. So I'll talk about that. And then stick around. I'm also going to mention a new promotion from our funding partner, Take Profit. You're going to want to stick around for that. They're doing a pretty fun World Cup. You got to choose your World Cup team, so stick around for that. If you want to jump directly to the World Cup and Take Profit, just look for the descriptions below. And speaking of the descriptions below, make sure that you grab my Futures Fanatic Foundation course. It's completely free, and it's only going to be limited though on the free basis because about 3,000 of you have signed up. Thank you very much. To watch the course. It's really from beginning to end, everything about futures, but the data costs are getting a little high. So make sure you grab that while you can. Okay, let's take a quick look here at this. This is the Dow Jones futures contract, the MYM. I'm looking at the YM, but typically in our trade room, we trade the smaller products, the MYM. And what we got going on here is an extreme turn sell. So this indicator, when it's shading the background, is looking for a potential turning point in the market. But when we get the condition present on multiple bars, we actually have a filter where it's so good of a turning signal that it actually becomes bad, and you can wait for the signal to go away. Now, if you want to find out a lot more about this, I do training in about 4 or 5 videos. Also check the description down below. If you're not yet following me on TradingView, you can see there's many where I talk about the anatomy of a perfect turn. In fact, I did this one on the YM Extreme Turn, how to pick a bottom without getting sticky fingers. These are all talking about the exact same indicator right here. And in fact, look at this one that I'll put up right now. That occurred about a week ago, and that is an absolutely easy filter to stay out of that trade. Today was not quite as dramatic. So essentially what's happening here is this is the only custom indicator that is only part of my group, but I'm going to tell you the logic behind half of it, how you can apply it to your chart. You don't necessarily need to have the extreme turn where it's painting the background. But the way to interpret this is as soon as you see a signal here on this particular bar, it fires off extreme turn sell, and you would look to go short. However, how you manage that position, of course, your risk and target, your targets are down here at T-line, your extended targets, and you have to manage your risk accordingly, whatever your risk budget happens to be. You can use a dynamic risk based on volatility. You can use a fixed static risk. And in many cases, some of our traders and myself got stopped out of part of this position. But if you were not in it yet, you wait for the next bar to open and you still see this condition present. When you still see the condition present, that's a filter to not take the short, to not add inventory on if you already are short, and potentially to stop out of your trade right there as soon as you see the condition present. But now we flash forward. This is over the course of 2 hours, 4 30-minute bars, to where the condition went away, and as you can see, this ended up being a really nice turning point for what worked out to be about 340 down to maximum favorable excursion, about 881. So we're talking about over 400-point drop, which on one MYM contract is about $200. If you had 2 on, that would be $1 per point, or about $400. So very nice trade there. And now how you do this if you don't have this indicator is you're going to go and apply a relative strength index to your chart. I'm doing this on TradingView, but you can do this on any particular trading platform. We're going to change the upper band to 88 and the lower band to 12. Okay, the upper to 88, lower band to 12. Typically, those are like 70 and 30. Now, this is the most important thing. You're going to change your input to 5, okay? Your input to 5. Again, most indicators default to 14. When you do that, you're going to end up with something like this down here, and then all you have to visually look at is as long as price is above this extreme level here, 88, you can see this line right here. I'll highlight it in post-production. As long as that's the case, you have essentially the same condition here as what this indicator is pointing. Now, this extreme turn indicator, which is available as part of my group. If you'd like to find out more about TDG, you can join us for 10 days for $10. I donate all that $10 to my favorite non-charity, actually, to a micro-lending organization called Kiva. So your money on your trial is going to a good place. There's nothing to renew. You don't have to cancel. It doesn't matter. And often those trials run longer than 2 weeks. Now, you don't get access to this indicator until you become a member, but you would be able to see it in action. We talk a lot more about using filters and also finding ways in which we can trade it on all instruments and a variety of different time frames, not just the futures markets. Okay, so that's it. I just wanted to mention this extreme turn here, and again, waiting for a very, very strong market to potentially lose some of its momentum, and we're going to measure that with RSI. All right, now let's talk about a special that's going on right now with one of our futures funding partners, and that partner is Take Profit Trader. So I'll leave a link down below that will take you to Take Profit Trader. If you're not familiar with futures funding, subscribe to this channel, turn on the bell notifications, like the video if you're finding this useful. It's content that I talk about quite a bit because these programs are a great way to get introduced to the futures markets, give you a platform, give you data, and give you a way to learn what you're doing in a risk-free environment. And now tonight, the special that Take Profit's running, if you get involved and buy one of these test evaluations, you'll also be entered in a giveaway where they're going to give away 3 different funded accounts. Those are accounts that you can actually make money on once you start trading. So it's going to be Take Profit Trader. You're going to use the code TDG World Cup. Okay, TDG World Cup. Now, after you buy it, there's a second step to be entered into the promotional giveaway, and that's going to be to come over to the World Cup promotion video on Take Profit Trader. Again, I'll leave a link to this directly below, but if for some reason you can't find that, you just want to Google Take Profit Trader on YouTube, and it should take you to this video here where one of the founders, James, is talking about how this promotion works, but it's pretty simple. All you have to do is come in here and leave a comment. It'd be great if you can like the video, of course, and subscribe to their channel, especially since that'll help you stay up to date on everything Take Profit. And you just predict who's going to get out of their round. If you don't know anything about World Cup, essentially they start with 4 teams in each bracket, and only 2 teams play themselves out of that bracket or make it to the round of 16. That's how they play down from 32 teams down to 16. So my comment is right here. I was very predictable. I went with the old US of A. We have an interesting bracket. It's the US, it's Iran, it's Wales, and England. So Wales and England, which are bordering countries, are right in the same bracket along with us. So let's see if we can get out of the bracket. That's who I voted for. And I actually also took advantage of this to cancel some of my other accounts that didn't have as good a deal and replace them with this, which is going to be 50% off for the lifetime of your subscription. Okay, that's 50% off. Now, many of you might have gotten accustomed to even deeper discounts, but as James mentions in this particular email, which I'll flash here on the screen, this is going to be the deepest discount that they ever offer, which is 50% off for the lifetime of your subscription, okay? You can buy multiple accounts if you want, but please note that Take Profit only allows you to trade one funded account at a time like some other firms, so make sure you understand all the details. Another thing I wanted to point out is the importance of looking up the knowledge base, okay? Because there's some misinformation about many of these firms whenever I post them. I know some of you have your favorites and people like to point out what they don't like about certain organizations. I like to try to keep it positive, you know, what our mothers and fathers taught us. You don't have something nice to say, but obviously you want to point out if there's any situations or comments. That's what YouTube comments are all about. That's why I create this community to make these videos. So feel free to leave a comment if you'd like. But I want to make sure that you're aware of the benefits of Take Profit, and it's in their name, which is that once you pass the evaluation of the test account and get to the funded account, there is a threshold to meet, but once you meet that threshold, you can get an immediate payout for as much as you want above that threshold. There's no waiting period, okay? There are a variety of other firms where you have to wait for a certain amount of time, 20 trading days in some instances, even longer in other instances, and then you can only take out a certain amount of profit. So it's capped for a period of time, and in some cases that can be 2, 3, 4, 5 months. So with Take Profit, it's in their name. As soon as you pass the test account, meet the threshold, which on a $50,000 account is about $2,000, you can request a withdrawal at any time. You can go to your wallet, you can request a payout at any time. It's pretty slick. It's going to go directly to your bank account. They also use a third-party payroll processing firm called Deal, D-E-E-L, Deal. And that's a really easy and seamless way to get paid. All right, that'll be it for tonight. So make sure that, that special from Take Profit is going to be running from yesterday, November 7th, all the way through November 19th, which I believe is a Saturday, okay? And you gotta make sure that you not only purchase one of the test accounts, but then you also go to this video if you wanna be entered for the competition, and make sure you select which team you feel is going to make it out of the bracket before the 20th, which the first games, I believe, are Qatar is playing actually on the 20th, and they're kicking off the FIFA World Cup. If I hadn't mentioned World Cup is soccer or football, whatever you want to call it. All right, that will be it for tonight. Remember, stay out of these freight trains. You can use RSI set to 5 with an 88 upper threshold as a way to stay out of these freight trains and find potential turning points as soon as the condition goes away. And if you like saving money, you can save 50% off for the lifetime of your test subscription at Take Profit Trader for the next week or so, and get entered to win several prizes, of which the grand prize is a large, sizable funded account that you can start start earning funds based on your trading profits right away. That'll be it for tonight. My name is Rod, the Futures Fanatic, reminding you to stay green and trade like you mean it. Thanks.